I gotta put y'all up here. Okay, I think we are here. Huh. Ooh, my little cover. Girl, these a little chilly sometimes. Dusty. We dusty out here. Did I do this right? Oops.
Hello, Sierra.
Hey, girl. Hey. Brittany,
Yes.
I don't know how you do all these things. I am so drained, okay? And I'm not even like, I feel like I have my to do list
Uh-huh.
of things that like you tell me to do, things I know I need to do.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it always grows. And just as I'm knocking shit out, something else pops on the list, and I'm like, oh my God. Like I've been working on, like I haven't even gotten into like my reels or anything, editing those,
Uh-huh.
because I've been trying to set up my behind the scenes stuff that we talk about with the beacons and the links and the this and the that. And like I know once it's done, it'll be fine, you know? But like doing that and congruent with like the things that are normally on the list of me to do every month, I'm just like, I am drained. So I was like, you know what? Brittany talk about she's only good till 7. We probably ain't going past 7 because I'm tired. I am so tired. Like, this creator life is not for the weak.
Oh, it's
Okay.
really not. Oh my gosh.
Oh
Like,
my God. And I'm like, wait, how long has she been doing this for? Brittany,
long.
you went out on me again. Okay. I'm like, how long have you been doing this? Because I just, and it's only gotten more complicated because there's like more things, right? That they
Yeah.
keep adding and opportunities, and I just don't know. So I'm hoping that my little M&Ms give me some energy. My Mexican M&Ms.
What's different
These
from
are legit Mexican M&Ms because when we
the
were down in Mexico,
Oh wow.
we went to the 7-Eleven down there and I needed some chocolate. So I got me some M&M. And I swear, I remember when I got my teeth done, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do any more sugar. And here I am just
Mm.
popping them.
Mm.
So, but oh, let me get y'all up in here. Uh, yeah, here.
Yes.
Okay. You can probably hear me better, I'm going to assume. I
Yeah.
got in these headphones.
Your audio is good.
Mm, yeah. Yeah. So besides my drama, how are you, girl?
I am doing great. I'm excited for your live stream today, you know.
I was just like, it just made perfect sense because we were just talking about all these different ways to make money. 'Cause it can be really discouraging when you're trying to start up your YouTube and get to the point to where you're monetizing, you're this and you're that. And you're like, well, you ain't gotta wait till you monetize. And I was like, well, shit. So that's when I've been setting up all of this stuff because I'm like, bitch, gotta get her money. Like,
Yeah,
so some sort of way. And even that can take time, right?
yeah. It's all a
But
process.
yeah, but at least having something up there, it makes you realize, okay, I am more in control of my own things, than just
Yep.
waiting for YouTube.
Yep.
Although there has to be a sense of like accomplishment when you do get to that point. But I be seeing these videos of people talk about I got demonetized from YouTube and I'm like, you be damn if I worked all this way just to get demonetized, we got a problem, YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
I,
Like people, I be seeing
I
those videos.
last year I woke up and I was demonetized. And
Oh,
that my You know what? I think if it happened 3 years ago, not three, like 10 years ago,
Mhm.
I would have passed out. Like y'all would have had to revive me, girl. I was like, "Oh my god!" But it hit different because I don't rely on YouTube nowadays.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
leverage it, but I don't rely on it. And of course, it hurts your feelings if something like that happens. Like
Yeah.
you work so hard to build up your audience on a platform just for them to snatch it and take it away, rather they remove your account or remove the monetization. Uh,
Yeah.
Especially when you be planning for the future, if you could predict your income, you'd be like, "Okay, Bali and
Not Bali.
yeah, be planning things, and then when it's snatched, it's like, oh, that's not happening." So when they demonetized me, um, I would just went about my day. I said I'll talk to them later. Like I just like business gotta
You would talk to them later?
yes. And then I reached out to them the day after, and luckily I was able to get it fixed. But that's not the case for every creator, right? Like
No,
you can't
true.
call up YouTube and say, "Hey, can you fix my page?"
I know. Shit. Talk about knowing some people in higher places. My goodness.
Yeah, accidents happen, but they can't even cater to all. It's just not enough people.
Yeah.
Just be working with millions of creators who got problems every day. So yeah, like I was. Why would they take it? They took monitor. They don't even have a reason why they. That's the crazy part. So there was no reason. It
Man.
happened because they have an AI system that determines if somebody is going against guidelines. But the AI makes mistakes. It's not perfect.
Yes, it does.
Okay, people are
I've
not
witnessed it.
AI exactly.
Because they tried to get rid of me, child. And I was like, hold up now.
Yes.
They tried. And I wasn't even monetized. I was just
Oh,
what did they do? I think I was just working on trying to build my audience and stuff. And then they was like, oh, you fucked up. We just gonna take your account down. And I'm like, and I had all this stuff planned. Even just on the platform. I had posts and everything that were scheduled and all this stuff. And it really it took me out because I was like,
yeah,
dang, y'all really just like reprimanded a bitch. Like y'all really and then didn't even tell me. Y'all gave me some like basic like reason. And I was like, but
yeah.
how could I fix it? Like y'all didn't tell me what I did. And I'm like, am I talking to a computer? Because I don't really know, so I can even imagine. I'm like, oh, that's my worst fear is like getting monetized finally. And they'd be like, just kidding. We'll
Yeah,
like you no more.
that hurt because I never had any issues with the channel Dr. Fashion, and mind you, it's been on YouTube for over 15 years. So just
Mhm.
kind of being on best behavior for 15 years straight, and then all of a sudden nagging.
They was like worst behavior.
uh Jatuan, you said I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it's target certain people. If you know what I mean, I feel you on that. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah, because robots can be racist. Can you imagine like our AI like learning racism? Like oh my god, we are doomed. We're never gonna get ahead.
Well, I say all that, but I
It don't even be the people, it'll be the bots.
oh my god.
That's so funny. Hi, Mr. Marcus. I see some of y'all from last week. I appreciate y'all joining us. Okay,
Yeah, AI can be
can't be
programmed. That's
programmed
true.
to be anything.
That's true. It
It
can
can't
definitely
be. The
the
word sets it off.
word black. Oh.
And we all here wearing black. They probably like too much black. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So that's why I was like, it's important for people to know, just like I'm learning, like there are other ways to not have your livelihood like determined by this one platform or this one bot or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Um and speaking of, so you've been doing this YouTube thing for a while. At what point, if you remember, because I'm going to assume they weren't always doing the whole monetization thing in the beginning when it first
Yeah.
started, right?
Wasn't nope.
So I'm not sure when that started, but for you, since you've been on here since the Stone Ages,
Time.
since you've been on here, how long did that take you?
Honestly, Sierra, it took a day.
See, this is get off my live right now.
I
Just get off here.
still
Ain't
on
nobody got time for this.
YouTube. So when I was uploading content on YouTube, nobody was doing like DIYs and sewing videos. So I came in at the right time. The only thing I wish I would have done differently is when like go harder. because I was only uploading like once a month, if that, and then I would do like 2
But
or
that's how you need it then. I mean,
yeah,
then.
but just imagine if I had a catalog of content so I can reach more people. Is
Mm-hmm.
how many people you're gonna reach with one video a month? So it would have been a good time for me to just go all in and kind of do what some of the bigger YouTubers were doing. They were consistently showing up. You couldn't miss them. You probably wasn't even searching for them, and they were in your face. Like,
Right, right.
girl. And I was that girl, but not that girl, you know?
Okay, okay, okay.
And I think that's one of the reasons why there was also inconsistent income. One video a day, a month was not cutting it for me. And then the paychecks was not consistent. So, yeah, when I first started, they didn't have a monetization program. And then they introduced it, but it wasn't no 4,000 watch time hours. That wasn't even a thing. You needed to have videos that had great engagement and a certain amount of views. So all of my accounts got into the program because it had high view count, right? But then
Mm-hmm.
it's the 4,000 watch time hours, those accounts got booted out the program. So I felt sorry for the people who did not have the required watch time hours and they just got booted out of the partner program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Dang. Sorry, y'all. Who wait? Tube you says beep boop boop too much black. Oh my goodness, I can't. They still calling you. Oh my goodness.
Hillary Banks.
You know you got a new character name every week we be on here. You know you've been Essence Atkins, you've been the twins, the Tia
Oh
Mari
my god.
twins. So I mean at this point we just gonna keep track. You know, I'm just put a board in the back and just keep track of all of your names. People are calling you. Like, yeah, she's a sitcom star. Yeah, why wouldn't they be? I would assume that they're paid the same. They better be paid
That's
the
hard.
same.
I cannot. Y'all is hilarious in the
They
comments.
are. They are.
It's just y'all so hilarious. Please get the numbers out on the likes. Like,
Listen, can y'all like this while y'all sitting there keying with us and stuff? Like, act like y'all like this. Don't just be making us laugh.
please, somebody.
Somebody get them likes up, okay?
Thank you. Yeah,
Thanks, y'all. Dang.
but if we can get to 10, that would be awesome.
Act
But
like
yeah,
y'all been here before. Y'all know what we like.
but yeah, how the live going today? You know, we just started not too long ago, but we only gonna be on here for like another 45 minutes. She tired.
We aging. We need some sleep, y'all. If I get some energy by the end of it, then when Brittany leaves, I'll stay and kiki with y'all. Because
It's
sometimes I really be tired anyway, but then I be kikiing with y'all, and then I be like, "Oh, where all this energy come from? I don't know."
like that.
And, my fiance promised to take me out for some ice cream, so I might gotta stay up for that too. So, I was like, "Baby, where the cookies? Where the ice cream?" Like, we can go get some. I was like, "Okay." So that's what we're
Yeah.
gonna try to do. Okay. All right. So I was literally like created this list of like things, and you can definitely add to it because you have way more experience than I do in
Mhm.
terms of all these different ways to monetize, and not just the ways to monetize, but the platforms or links or whatever. And the first one that comes to mind based off of, you know, a lot actually, a lot of these came from my interactions with you at
Okay. Yeah.
first and then like other people, right? So I have on here 101
Yep.
consultations, especially when you out here in these streets with, I don't know, like 1.8 million followers. People probably want to know, like, give me, like, let me know, like, I need to talk to you, Brady. I need to talk to you, doctor. I need an appointment. Can I get a physical? Right? So, so people are probably, they really want to know. And I was one of those people, and when I made a commitment, and I was like, you know what? And we both know I've committed on and off, on and off. But this is the most consistent I've ever been with anything. Okay, let me just put that out there,
It's a
even
big
though it took me some time. But you'll see people will do consultations, and I know people who only will do a consultation. They won't even do like courses or anything like that because they're just like I guess it takes a lot for them. They
I get
rather just talk
that.
to the person
I
one
get
on one.
that. They don't want to go through 10 plus different videos. They rather just somebody just give them a strategy. Because even after you go
Mm-hmm.
to course, it doesn't mean you're gonna have a strategy. It
Mm-hmm.
so that is the
Facts.
thing too. Some people just want to get right into the meat and potatoes, and I get it.
Yeah. And not just the people who are trying to figure out, but I mean the actual coaches and mentors. Like, I thought the people who they don't care to do
behind is like a course. They don't care to do a book. Like there's like no, like and plus because a lot of people steal
Yeah, that part.
that. So
Yeah.
they definitely you don't mess laugh.
You
Right.
know,
And honestly, I'm the person, I'm a buyer. I am the person I will buy the stuff to get to where I want to go. But I've definitely bought some things that were not worth the money, and I've bought some things that were worth the money. By the way, so to put this out there, Brittany is definitely worth the money. Okay.
thank you.
So you better get you one of these right here. Right? And it just and a lot of people, there's a lot of information out there that a lot of people have access to,
Yeah.
but it's rare to find someone who not just has like who knows information because either they researched it or they've gone through it, but then to be also connected in a way to the more like corporate behind the scenes aspect of it, particularly when it comes to YouTube or socials. Like I can literally ask you a question and chances are you got somebody you can hit up and be
Yeah.
like, hold on, let me, hey girl, hey YouTube them. Tell me why. And then like you get an answer for it, and
Yeah.
because it's so constantly changing. It's
Yeah.
constantly changing. And I've
That,
learned that just trying to do this myself. Like it is constantly changing. So um one-on-one consultations. So what platforms do you use for your one-on-one consultations?
uh, funny enough, one of the newest that has been bringing in the most revenue is Threads. So I don't have to
I be
post.
seeing your posts. People, okay.
Yeah, I don't post too much on there. I probably do. There's sometimes I post once a month, and sometimes I post three, and that's a lot for me on Threads. And I feel like the visibility on there is better than what I get on Instagram nowadays. So I've been posting there. Even today, two people booked me for my one-on-one calls, and that's like 1,500 right now for an hour. So that
I
was
got in before she went up, y'all. I
right.
got lucky. I got so lucky. I was like, New Year going up. Oh my God. I was looking for money. Like, y'all know I'm not about to get left behind in these streets. Anyway, sorry. I had a whole
There.
moment. Go ahead.
But yeah, that Threads and Facebook. Facebook is a good one for me, and then Clubhouse.
Okay, so that's where you get your clientele, but in terms of like where they actually can, I don't know, book you, like press a button and pay.
Mhm.
Like so I know because you have all of your stuff, I believe it's through Wix, right? Your Wix
Mhm.
website, right?
Yeah.
Um, so and there people are able to book and pay, and so it's kind of like the invoice platform is it's all worked in there too. Some people just have like a PayPal button. I
Yeah.
personally, and I know because I got this from Sharente, because I remember Sharente did it, she's just able to do it on her beacons, which I am starting to fall so much in love with beacons at
Re-
this point.
I
It's
wish
just so user friendly, Brittany.
I forgot I had my affiliate link. I forgot to give it to you.
I signed up a while ago though. I signed up at VidCon last year.
Oh, you did. But I have it where they'll give you like money if you sign up and upgrade. So you didn't upgrade yet, did you?
I don't need to. They give you so much.
They do.
They give you so much.
They
So
eventually gonna want to upgrade because you are capped at like the email.
yeah.
Do email marketing on there.
But because I've also used some MailChimp, I just figure I actually like MailChimp in terms of how their newsletters are laid out. So even though I can get people through beacons because I have the links are in the description for the platform list, you can still integrate and like move over
You
people
can.
from one to the other anyway, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not really using beacons to like purposely collect emails,
Oh
but
no,
it just kind of happens to happen. And then I'll want to use
yeah, it'll
MailChimp.
be more so for digital products. So let's say you because it's gonna collect those emails for you in the back end. So if you're
Mm,
selling a digital product and you're trying to capture all your customer emails, it's only gonna capture so many and hold it for you. So that's what I was saying. Like with the free account, you can only do so much, but there will be a time when you have to upgrade because you're growing a business.
yeah, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. As
But,
long as
like
I
I
stay
said,
consistent.
offer a lot for free, and I do
They
love
do.
for that. They understand creators.
Yes, it's very user friendly,
Hmm.
and that can be like such a turn off when you're trying to figure out what's the right platform for you to use and to connect with people. And when it's just like it just be so much, or they be having something because they come up with their own name for things, and it's just like this could be so much simpler. Than I know you're trying to stand out and look special, but like you're making it harder. You're making me want to go somewhere else. So
Right.
Beacons is actually really good.
Yep. Marcus said, "What's your name? Who are you talking to, Marcus? Is it me? It's Brittany.
It's
Well,
Brittany, bitch. Doom,
actually,
doom,
Brit,
doom, doom,
but we won't get."
Oh, we just Brittany.
Okay.
Okay, Brittany. So I know I'm looking like a wild child. They probably think, what's wrong with this girl today? I just took it down. You know what? I
Uh,
took a nap, and this is what it
Brit dressed
is. It's
down
fun.
and everything.
I'm getting my hair braided this weekend too, so I kind of like don't give a fuck right now because I'm about to get it into some braids
Okay.
for this summer heat.
That makes sense. But yeah, Beacons is great.
Um, PayPal, Wix, I mean, not everything has to be super formal. People can just PayPal you. People can just like Cash App you if you want to go that route. I like safer, like more like on the books type routes
Yeah,
myself.
me.
But
Yeah,
some people are like, how do I do this the most simplest way possible for people and myself, and not how to do a whole setup, whatever. So
yep.
yeah, those
Right.
things are great for one-on-one consultations.
Yep.
And then we have, which me and Brittany need to work on. It's on another list of what me and Brittany need to work on. Affiliate links. Okay. Which we kind of just brought up with the beacons. And I actually just got my referral link from them too. 'Cause I'm actually using them and they was like, oh, you want a referral link? I
Right.
sure do. Click. So I got that referral link now. Um, but like Amazon, I don't know how easy or difficult it is to get into the Amazon like influencer or associates programs. I feel like I got in pretty simply. Like it wasn't complicated for me.
Easy because they don't have any requirements. You can have,
Okay, well maybe that's what I got in.
but it's simple with that because you don't get a storefront or you can't even upload content. You only get links to products. That's it. They don't have anything like any perks to that program. But with the influencer one, they look at creators that have engagement, some type of following, and their actual
Hmm.
content. So nowadays they're more picky about who they add to the platform.
Mm.
And
Yeah, so I got in before they got picky.
you got
That's basically. So yeah, like you'll see a lot of creators will do their Amazon link. They'll send you stuff, or they have like the LTK, which I never really quite understood the LTK, but I think they're very particular too about who they let into LTK.
people who have like 5K or more followers get denied.
Yeah, yeah. So they're really particular about that stuff. And then also just like whatever brand you trying to represent, whether there's other influencer programs. There's the Target one, the Walmart one. Like it seems like these days every brand has their own version of influencer program. So if they accept you, if sometimes they just want to accept everybody because they wanted you to just put their stuff out there and get to selling. But if they'll give you your own brand link. So when you do sell those things, you can get that commission.
Yep.
Hopefully, if they're honest about it, that's great. Sometimes I feel like feeling like, are y'all really honest about how much money I'm getting? I don't know,
Right. But they
but
also
yeah.
have the 24-hour cookie, so that's annoying, right? So for
Oh yeah.
yeah, for those that don't know, like if you send a person a link and they don't purchase in 24 hours, you don't get your commission, even if they used your link. So it expires after 24 hours. With YouTube, they have a 7 to 30 day cookie. That's a big difference from the 24-hour cookie, right?
Mm,
So if I click your link, but it ain't payday, and I'm waiting for my next week paycheck, then I got time to do that and you still get your commission. But
mm.
like, nah, baby, you better convince them to get that shit now and give me,
Dang.
yeah.
But so it's Amazon's 24 hours?
Yep.
Amazon's 24 hours?
Yep.
Okay. So, but you said with YouTube, so with like the shopping, the YouTube shopping, you
Yeah,
mean?
they're a bit
Okay.
different. Yep.
Got it. Okay, noted. Okay. So when people shop there, even if it ain't, but then also if they press in multiple links from different people, is it who's
The
getting
last
the
per-
sale? The
yeah,
last person.
person. And that sucks, right? Because if they click your link and then they start going down the rabbit hole, then you kind of miss out. And I don't think that's fair if you brought them there. So I think I don't know. I feel like they need to figure that out.
Okay.
Like, what's going on? The big paragraph.
I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah. But yes, to the affiliate, you guys could check Amazon influencer You're trying to
I'm
slide
so confused.
over.
I'm so confused. Thank you, Mr. Marcus. If you think I'm this is me like not even kind of really trying a little bit. I was like, let me put on some eyelashes. Let me put my hair in a ponytail. Let me put some grease. Like that was just today. So I got to get on here one day where I'm actually really dolled up because y'all just happen to catch me at a time to where I just do not be trying to look cute too much. But thank you, boo. You know, I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get. Um, Let me see. I don't know what this cow person is talking about. I'm gonna just let you live, Kyle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just let you live, okay? Oh, and then so we have, which you have a lot of information about this. Brand deals is another option for monetizing without having to be monetized by YouTube. And which I've always learned, I've always known about brand deals and stuff, but I remember when we were first meeting, you would tell me how you would just like have something in your video. Like you wouldn't be like pitching like get this cup. Like you wouldn't be doing that, but you literally just might have something in the background.
Yeah, that was one way of like doing a partnership. Either
Yeah.
background, or if I didn't have a partnership, I'll still add the product to the video to show the brands that people trust me when I feature products in my content. So now that I am like the authority figure that have this product and people are asking where to get it, it becomes a thing where they want to work with me because they see that people trust me.
I
Yeah.
trust you.
Yeah. I trust you.
I trust you. Yeah, and that's why, there's all kinds of ways to go about the whole brand deal thing, whether you are pitching yourself, you can come up with a pitch, or you can ask ChatGPT to give you a pitch at this point, and you can cold DM or cold email companies.
Yeah.
You can just go through the platforms that are out there. I have a 40 plus influencer platform list that I created. And there's going to be more added because I found some more. I just went over my head because there's always more being added.
Yeah.
So there's a link in the description for that if you want to get that. And it's much better than it was last week. It's through Beacons now. Okay. It's not through complicated MailChimp. But you can sign up for these different platforms that have, and a lot of the big brands go there. And when they're looking to get an influencer to represent a brand or, do partnerships or whatever. So there's so many different ways to do brand deals. Um, there you can make a lot of money, or depending on if the brand is trying to play you, or because they will be playing you sometimes. um you may not, especially if you know how to negotiate, but
Yeah.
that's definitely one of those worlds that's it's not very regulated. So there's no rules that say how much someone should be getting for A, B, and C. There's kind of been like rules made up just like in general, where I've come across people saying, "Oh, so you take your followers, subscribers times 1 cent times
Oh
the
yeah.
engagement rate, this and that." So there are formulas out there that people do live by, but also like you don't have to go by that formula, or because there's no guarantee that the other person is going by that formula.
Yeah, that's true, especially these brands nowadays because they have noticed over the last decade or so, a lot of them were not seeing a return on their investment. So,
Hmm.
in a creator that has a million followers, over 20 grand for a video, and I barely made $100, what does that do for me as a business?
Hmm.
Doing is like paying like based off the viewership, like the click per view.
Hmm.
So if somebody click it and actually watch it, they'll do that based off what your average view rate is versus paying you on conversion rate. So brands are doing different things. It just depend on who you're talking to, but they're now starting to understand the analytics in the back end versus like what they were doing before. Like, oh, you got a million followers, let me pay you 20K. But now it's like, can you make money or can you produce quality content? So
Yeah, and I've always felt like even if you're like not confident, like either in the amount of people, followers that you have or whatnot, there's also UGC,
mhm.
of course. So it's not about what you have; it's just about the what you're making for these companies in terms of the assets, right? That's being delivered. So the videos or whatnot. So if you're not confident that you can get conversion or whatever, like, but you're really good at making videos, you're really good at making ads, and I've seen some amazing like creator done ads. then you can just be selling that asset itself, and has something to do with your following or whatever. So,
Yeah, and you mentioned
um,
UGC, a good platform to even list yourself as a UGC creator is Fiverr. So they have their
mm,
own creator program for people that want to do UGC, but I think they kind of have their standard in rates, but you don't have to wait for them to do that, right? You could just set up your own profile, set up your own starting rate, and then start working with brands. I worked with a lot of creators where all they do is make content for Fiverr people, and it's people who have like businesses and products on Amazon and other platforms, and they're just looking for content to add to their listing. And that's easy money.
mhm.
100 a pop for a 10-second, 30-second clip. I could do that all day. Now I won't do that all day. My brand is it got value added to it. But if I put a wig on and I become somebody Sasha Fierce, then you can do if you want Dr. Fashion, that's gonna cost you.
That's different, yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's just your hands in there, making it look pretty and
Yeah,
stuff, and you just
that too.
like, buy
They're okay.
this, like,
If they're okay with faceless content, then cool. But most of them be asking for your face to be in it. So
mm,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, so you really there are a lot of opportunities out there when it comes to that. It's just sometimes I feel like there's just so many opportunities, like it can be hard to nail down where you should go to, you
yeah.
know?
I say pick
Especially
2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even just the platforms themselves, like not all of them are necessarily, you need to sign up for all of them. That's a lot because sometimes these platforms ask for so much information, and then from like your analytics and stuff, and some of it is simple. You just connect it right to your socials.
Yeah.
It's simple, but then you got to do the payment information. You got to do it's a lot.
Yep.
So, unless get your little assistant and you just do a couple a week or something like that, to increase your chances, no problem. But you don't have to do them all. You just maybe you do your research and see which ones work the best for who. And because a lot of people like obviously I hear that one a lot. What's another one? Quotient? Could be making that. I'm probably not even saying that right. There's a few of them
Yeah.
that are the more popular ones that people go to, but also I feel like the more popular it is, like the people who are on there the most and probably who are the most popular, I feel like they probably get those deals more,
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, so here's another one that you are, well, the next couple are you're very familiar with. So we're going to sell your own products. Okay, what we were just talking about with digital products. The one that I talked about was free. However, whether you're doing like shoppable content, through because can't you do actually your own products through YouTube shopping? Is that what you told me?
Yeah, you can actually. There's 2 ways. One is just by you listing your own products and having it attached to all your videos as you're
Mm,
putting out your content. The other way is by becoming a merchant on the back end for YouTube shopping so that other creators can carry your products. So that is an option for people.
okay.
Mm.
And so besides YouTube, um, I know you other places where products can be sold, places where I've put things up.
Yep.
Like Gumroad was really popular at one point because it was actually really affordable to have your stuff up there. And it was user friendly. I remember it was like
Yeah.
$10 a month. I was like, oh, this is really good. Of course, Wix, because if you have a website, you can have a store added to your website and people can shop that way. If you're into more of like um, courses and things. There's Kajabi, there's Teachable. You can also do
Yep.
Wix like Brittany.
There,
So
Etsy.
Etsy, I forgot about Etsy, child. I gotta get on there. I gotta sell this thing that I that I
It
made.
acts too for people who want a website, but they don't either have the funding or not ready to invest in a person to build up their website because they don't feel like doing everything. One thing I've taught people in my community is how to build a free website that already has the layout for you on Canva. So they
Mhm.
websites, and what we do is we just purchase a domain for 99 cents or $10,
Mm.
and that's like our forwarding domain to the landing page. But with that, people have been able to do transactions because they have the link to their Stripe account or their PayPal, so they're able to still sell their digital products
Mm.
on free website. So there's no excuses as to why somebody can't have like a free.
Mm.
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff going on with Canva. Good stuff happening.
Not good stuff happening. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that. I mean, I've known Canva had websites. I didn't realize that they was that functional like that though.
Yeah, you got to Etsy. Her name is Etsy. I always get her name. We be calling her Etsy, but Etsy is somebody in our group, and she built out her website once we put her on to Canva, and she did a really good job building it out. And I'm gonna see if I can pull it up for you, so you can kind of get an idea of what hers is looking like, because I think she did a fabulous job. So let me flip my camera over.
Oh.
So this is all made on Canva. And you can see people could book her here. This will go to another landing page or go to the same page here, but quicker for them to book. It has
Hmm.
her portfolio here. She got her bio and all that good stuff. Her services listed, her about me, her videos embedded. This is good if you're
Nice.
monetized or not, so people could play your stuff. Yeah, it's just like she did a really good job building this out, and she doesn't have any experience coding or building out doing graphics or anything, but she was able to complete this website, and it made
That's
her,
really good.
yeah, completely free.
I don't even look like no Canva.
Okay, damn.
That fancy. They fancy now. You know, Canva really trying to take over these streets, okay? They said, first of all, we gonna like kill Photoshop because don't nobody know how to use that shit. And then they just keep adding more and more stuff. Like Canva out here trying to win. They basically are trying to take over like whatever used to be complicated for people to do, we're trying to make it less complicated for you. So shout out to
Yeah.
Canva.
Yep.
Let me see. Um, the likes though was at 6, and I'm just like, why? Y'all were just like talking to us really hard and making us laugh. What we got going on here? Oh, hi, Jessica. Who is this? Did you buy XRP?
Mm-mm.
I've bought XRP a while ago, but I don't actually really like get into the whole crypto stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, at least not on purpose. Like it was one of those things like I think you know what it is because I remember when Bitcoin before it was a thing, like when it first started, and I was like, I don't want to be left out of the loop again like I was for Bitcoin. So when other stuff started to come about, I was like, well, let me just get a little big just in case it blow up. But like I still wasn't like particularly following it, or I still didn't like no, I didn't keep up with it. I didn't keep buying it, but I was like, I just need to have a little something. Let me spend a couple coins, get a little something. So
Yeah.
that's as much as I've
Have you seen a return on your investment?
it is literally on another on so I bought it through another platform because at some point I think it wasn't
Damn.
available. Who you
My
talking to?
sister over here getting popcorn while you talking.
Come here, sister.
Making all
Come
that
on,
noise.
sister. You better sell that popcorn. You know what family you belong to.
Oh my gosh.
Is she on does she do socials and stuff?
None of
Social
my
media?
social media. Nope. Unfortunately.
Brittany. Brittany. Why are you making them not want to do it?
They don't edit. They don't want to film or nothing.
No, I get it. I'm this close to I'm when I get through my list, what's on my list next is that AI influencer because girl, she about to be saying all my stuff. I'm just like, y'all see how I look. The AI influencer look good all the time. I can't do that. I don't got it in me. Okay. I can get it look like that. But the one that you made, the black girl
The
who was
one
like
that
in front,
podcast,
huh?
the podcast one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was with Google VO3.
And she fake. Girl,
Yeah,
she look hella real though.
I
That's why I be
know.
like,
I was so confused because they were like, "So she not real?" I said, "No, she's not real, and her voice is not real." They did a good job matching the two together because I feel like with other AIs, the voice don't always align with what the person look like. You be like, "What is going on?" And it didn't seem robotic. It was very
yeah.
natural, and she had hand movement going on, and it wasn't like, it was just like, "Yeah, you heard about Dr. Fat?" I was like, "Yes,
Yeah,
girl."
no, I did
That
not.
video is what got me booked on Threads. So
Ah,
so I didn't do a call to action telling people to book me. What happened was I posted that clip to show people how I'm using AI to do storytelling and to make quick videos. But because of the dialogue or the script I had for her, which was sharing my story of how I gained over 1 million in 60 days. Somebody said, "Oh, do you provide consultations?" I said, "Yeah, here's my link," and they booked. So if I didn't put that video out, I probably wouldn't have gotten like a book in that day. So AI is taking over.
Snaps. And although you are monetized already, that's just a good example of people being
Mhm.
able to like find other ways to monetize. So you're just kind of
Yeah.
proving my point. Dang. So that program that you use, is that in um the the thing that you just did, the creator life class?
Yeah, we went over that, and remind me, I'll send you a recap so you can kind of see the different tools that you can use to create your AI. But yeah, it's all part of our class and whatnot. And we already have people doing cartoon characters for their faceless channel. Dr. Nas started a new channel and it gained like 100,000.
Where does he find the time? Ain't
Well,
he like a whole scientist in real life or something like
yeah, he's
that?
an engineer, and he has his family and everything. But now that he's not working his 9 to 5, he has more time because he was already doing content while he was working his 9 to 5.
I know. And I'm like, sir.
Yeah, so I would say he's actually working a little less now. His 9 to 5 doesn't look like 8 to 5, right? It's like a few hours out the day and he's done.
I don't know how that man. I was like you done took Bill Nye the Science Guy to a whole nother level. Cause when I see him with the coat, with the lab coat and everything, I'm just like, but you're a whole professional science person or something, right? And then you got this channel and it blew up. I'm like, how am I so tired? Everybody's got all this energy. Like maybe I need a multivitamin because this is bananas.
Well, I would say the thing that help us is just time blocking and holding each other accountable on those calls that I be kind of see you on.
I be listen, I be trying and they don't always work on my schedule, or
That's
I be
good. Like
taking
you
a nap.
really enjoyed that last one, especially based off what you said. Like I was showing people how to create their own AI twin, and I showed it an example. You know what? I could probably do that right now. My friend created an AI twin, and nobody can really tell the difference, to be honest.
So it look like her.
It's a guy. So he cloned himself. It was able to clone his voice. So he just typed in the script. It's really copy and paste, and he was able to produce videos on YouTube. Nobody knew the difference. He could tell because obviously it's him, but nobody could tell.
So what I heard was no. This is I forget where I heard this from, but when people make, I think my other friend told me this, when people make the AI versions of themselves,
Huh?
technically the AI versions are not allowed to be identical.
What did that person mean by that? Because this is literally his twin. Like,
There's going to be some slight difference
oh well,
in.
I think in general with AI, they can never really replicate the same thing like completely. You always notice a little difference, but I feel like with the AI twins, the average person that's watching is not going to notice.
Good.
And it
All
looks just
right.
like you. Like as far as the face, it looked like you. It's the cadence that you want to get on point. Like the way you talk, the way you move your hands, and you have to
Mm.
train to do that. So yeah, it
So do
doesn't.
you train it by like video, like you upload video of your own self doing it, or do you have to
Yeah,
like?
I actually do have to upload clips. So they're very short, like 30 seconds, and doing it in different like direction. And then just kind of talk. It could be whatever you want to say so they could understand how you talk in front of the camera. You see how I'm moving my hands? Look, what is this?
Are
But
you
then
a robot, Brittany?
listen, I am AI today.
Did you really pause like
I
that? I was
did.
like, oh my God, she is. Oh my God, she fake. Oh my
Girl,
goodness.
it's crazy out here. You gotta ask people. I be seeing stuff. I be like, family photo, such AI. Like
You know what? Something that has to look obviously fake for me to notice, but sometimes I really don't be noticing. I'm like, what's wrong with me that can't tell the difference between a
I,
person and a robot?
it depends because sometimes when people use AI, especially for photos, it be looking AI because it be overly edited. They be having
Mm.
6 fingers, 10 toes, like over 10 toes, and it just be ridiculous. So if you don't look at the little details, you wouldn't even notice. But it is what
You
it is.
know what? If I could figure out a way to do an AI version of me to go live, you would never see me at being a
You
bit
know
honest.
what? That could work.
No, seriously, like
That
I
could
would have a whole other life, and then I would just have my clone. Like this is like a movie waiting to happen. I promise somebody to make this sci-fi movie because I do want to do make my own AI influencer. Like I think even Dr. Dre
uh-huh.
or Timberland, one of those producers just they have an AI pop star they just signed to their virtual label or something like that.
Mhm.
So that's definitely it's on the list. Okay, I should be done setting up things. Some other things got to happen, but I'm doing it. I am slowly checking things off the list. I just do it a little slower than everybody else in creator life, apparently, but it gets done. Okay, I got these cats to be bothering me all the time. I got a needy ass dog. I got a lot going on here. All right, I'm like I got to get this ready and setting together before I have like kids or something. Because once I have kids, I'm be done. I don't have time for nothing.
Oh my.
So,
I saw.
um,
I'm like, where's my?
three fingers with a thumb tucked reminds me of
Oh no,
quarter cow. Wait, what? Oh my god, this person.
the free shout. I was trying
Their
to
hands
find
and
the recap that I sent to everybody.
I saw that email. That was a recap, but what if that was it just talking about what you guys talked about, or was it the actual video? Because there's the actual video in the Creator Life
Oh yeah,
Wix.
well you did get it because I sent it to anybody that had signed up, even if they was not there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was like a recap, but it had the notes and details. So like if you missed instructions on how to customize your chat GPT so it could sound like you and reflect your brand voice, I put the instructions in there and I did a lot of other stuff to help you get things started.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening, guys. And I'm about to be able to tell. You know what? I'm probably gonna have to like make my AI influencer look a little bit of a mess so people believe it's me.
Oh my god.
They're gonna be like, she don't show up that perfect online. Like that ain't her. So they gotta be like a nail missing. You know, they gotta have something in their teeth. Shirt gotta be wrinkled. Hair gotta be wild. Then they gonna really believe it's me. Because if I come up too perfect, they're gonna be like,
I know. I do feel like
she ain't
people.
that cute. So yeah, that's probably gonna be the only way. But also, like, I want to show up like that. I'm just not the girl who's. If I don't have a reason to put on to do hair and makeup every day, I'm just not her.
Yeah.
And unless I'm going somewhere, I got a real purpose, you know. So, and I've gotten to the point where I try not to allow things like that stop me from showing up. So that's why, like, I'm like, okay, lip gloss, I'll throw some eyelashes. This ponytail won't have to work, you know, because from trying to get in that habit of the consistency, no matter what. And when I be seeing other people on live, they look regular like they in their house. I'm like, so why can't I look like that? Why I gotta look all fancy? So I just stopped looking all fancy, you know, because I'm like, this can't be the reason why I don't excel. Can't be holding myself back from looking a mess. Okay,
You can't. Okay.
so that's what I'm doing. I just show up like this is the real authentic me, a hot ass mess. Don't y'all love her? Okay. And then speaking of creator life, that goes to my last point, which is how to monetize creating a community. Okay. So
Yep.
which ties back into the sell your own products because in theory, people are buying your products to chances are they're a part of your community. Although I have bought products or gotten freebies stuff from people that I wasn't necessarily part of their community, but once I did, I became a part because then they got my email address. But creating a community and people have done this on Facebook, they've done it on Instagram. Um, and the thing about Facebook, you could have you a whole group or you can have you a page, you know, whereas, and then with Instagram, they got the broadcast channels or it's just the chats, like the DMs. Like there's all different types of ways. There's Telegram. I don't know if people still using Telegram, but they
Yeah.
be trying to
I've
be
seen.
doing Telegram.
Yep.
Then there's like Patreon, Substack, OnlyFans. Okay. So there's just a bunch of different communities out there for you to create a community on.
Yeah, it is.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And Brittany has her community via she has, you know, her Facebook, her Instagram, her OnlyFans. I'm just playing.
Hey, hey, hey.
She's like, shh, shh, shh. My sister don't know.
That's the
um,
backup.
other backup, listen, okay. But there's Facebook, there's Instagram, but you do yours on those, and then on Wix is where everyone can like is where your actual courses and stuff, but and then you have your email list. Like there's different ways, there's all these different platforms and ways to hit a customer or someone a part of your community. And I'm at the place where I'm trying to get that now. It's a lot to like manage all that. But I've learned from myself that like that's why I do things slower and do things one at a time because I kind of master it and then I go to the next thing. Because I can literally, if I'm trying to focus on everything, nothing really gets done. A little tiny bit of everything gets done.
Yeah.
So that's how I was able to like, okay, let me just slowly just focus on community tab and whatever for that. And now that I've kind of mastered that, I even started changing the type of content, like being able to pay attention to what works and what doesn't, and then to be able to adjust. But because it's like in my bones now. So even with this creating the community thing, right? Like being able to make sure I can master the whole email list thing through MailChimp. And once I'm able to like get that in my bones, then I can focus on growing the community on these other platforms,
Yeah.
you know. Um, so eventually, like, yeah, I'm gonna be able to do stuff with my Substack. I do have the Substack. I'm not doing much with it yet. It's on the list. But even if you just, I guess, repost the same content on Substack, but just being able to like to have all these opportunities is like it's really good so you can reach people on all touch points because not everybody's on the same thing. Some people like are hardcore YouTube and some people prefer TikTok. Some people prefer Instagram, so you have to meet people where they are and sometimes that's everywhere
True.
if you want to do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Some of us do, some of us are like, no, they can come over here, this is it. They can right here. That's about it. So yeah, creating a community, which Brittany has done a great job at. How do you feel like you've been able to build your community? Like how did you go from it just being you doing your thing on YouTube to like now having these other people who not just know you but also know each other and able to meet up? Because I could know more creator life people, but I know a couple and I be seeing them places and we talk and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's everyone's searching for a community. I feel like I know for a while I was, especially when it comes to being a creator,
Yeah.
because I feel like the people that I looked up to, all these different creators, like it was just always like not many people were trying to reach back and help, right? And not many people, or they'd be like on some like no new friends type
Yeah.
thing. And it's like, okay, like cool. Or people say they was about their life and it really wouldn't be about that life,
Yeah. That's
about
real.
trying to make creator friends and stuff. So yeah, how did you make that happen for yourself and for your community?
Yeah. Honestly, it started here on YouTube. Um, I didn't because Facebook groups wasn't really like a thing like that. They had it,
Mm,
nobody was really pushing it as much. So I found my tribe of people here on YouTube. So when I started creating content, I was like, oh, there is a community of people that enjoy the things I do. But
mm,
the issue was I didn't really have a website. So I was like, what platform can I drive them to where they could only see my stuff and we can just communicate about all things that I'm posting on YouTube. So I decided to start the Facebook group and funnel people there as I was building out my website.
mm.
That led to like other communities, obviously with Creator Life and other businesses that I started. But yeah, it started here on YouTube.
And I think it's an art to be able to funnel people from one place to the next.
It's a big
'Cause
deal.
peop-
Most of those people were not on Facebook. They were like, my grandma is on Facebook. Like, why would I? They were just like, you. Facebook has become like it's bigger now, but back then it was a big deal for me to funnel people from YouTube to Facebook because literally everybody auntie was on Facebook, not like the younger audience. So it was like, so what's over there, Brittany? But if you over there, I'm gonna support you. So they came and they had to create their account. Like they didn't have a Facebook account.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was a big deal.
And that's crazy that some things that can be so popular to one generation can be so outdated to the next. Like I remember when Facebook was like just everything, like because it was like first it started off with MySpace, right?
Mhm.
And everybody and their mom was on MySpace, but then Facebook came about and it just felt more mature, more adult like because like you had to be in college, you have a college
Yeah,
EDU.
yeah,
And then when you didn't have to have that college EDU no more, oh, it was over. And everybody was on there. But it was also a lot simpler. You could like poke people You know what I mean? Like, do they still even have a feature where you can poke people? But now they got
No.
so much going on there. It's like I can't keep up with Facebook. Like that's your audience is old now. Y'all can't be adding extra shit because the old people don't understand what it is. You should see
Yeah.
my mama doing AI stuff on Facebook of pictures of her as a mermaid and stuff. I'm like, Mom, stop. You know how they have little games you put your face and they little things that come across. I'm just like, no,
Yep.
pal, stop, please. I don't need to see you as a sexy mermaid, okay? So yeah, Facebook, it definitely got to the point to where it was really cool. And then the people who came up under us, they were like, ew, like that's so for old people. But it does, I've always been able to count on Facebook for community because of all the to be able to make a group for a specific thing and talk to everybody in that group and meet new
Right.
people in that group. And I still think it's great for that.
Hmm.
So I feel like it's like if you know type of thing at this point. Like if you just think it's just for like a certain generation, you're losing out because it is evolving and Meta be having the issues, but it is ways to make money on there,
It
you
is.
know,
Yeah.
even ways that I'm not even super tapped into because I don't always even understand like the different how they had the creator, what's it called? No, we the people and the
Oh,
reels bonus and all these other
yeah. They got
things.
programs.
So it was a lot of different things that you could do. On the end it's still there. So don't underestimate Facebook because you could have your little group. You could filter them to your products that you have. You can filter them to other places too. And make some money off of there. Membership. Well, didn't you have a subscription service?
Are you talking about Facebook?
Yeah.
I do. It's two parts. One, I do have the option to charge people to be in my groups because Facebook
Right.
they can do the payments directly on Facebook.
Oh, nice.
And only
Okay.
select groups have it, and then obviously you have like your personal account where you can have subscriptions, and that's a thing on Instagram as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so I do
Oh,
have
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
subscriptions turned.
Yeah. Wait, didn't they get rid of that though?
No, it's
I
still there, and I have subscriptions turned on my personal account, but I don't really do the paying or charging people to be in my groups. I did that with one group. It was like a one flat rate, and then you had access for a lifetime. But with all the groups, it was kind of hard to keep up.
You
Yeah.
got a lot of groups.
Yeah, it was a Facebook, like a Facebook Academy group. So Facebook
Yeah.
was making changes, and I'm like, out of all platforms, y'all doing too much. So I was like, I'm good. I funneled
I
them.
think that's how I found you. I
Probably.
think that's how you have posted in another group and it was like how to make I think it was how to make money on Facebook or something like that.
Hmm.
And then so I joined that. And then from there is when I got introduced to Creative Life and all these other things.
Oh.
So I mean it works. I think I was like, how did I even make it? That's how you must have posted in probably some group of black women. Probably. Hey black women, y'all want to be creators? And I was like, me. And I
I
think
don't,
that's literally how I found you.
yeah, I probably was posting. Always just share like my journey or just tips and hope that somebody would check out my page and see what I'm doing.
Oh girl, you got a marriage proposal. Hold on, what y'all talking about up here? Because you be
No,
um
that's you, honey.
he said I gotta scroll up. I've been talking. Hey Dwight. Hey boo.
Hi, boo.
Oh, wait a second. I got more. Lord Jesus, what did I miss?
A lot,
Oh my goodness.
but I'm at the top of the hour.
No! See what y'all got me distracted. And now Brittany gotta go. Okay. Um, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
It better be important while you're leaving me. She's leaving us. So anyway, thank you to Dr. Fashion, aka Brittany. Okay. Make sure because she's responded in the chat, so y'all can go follow y'all some Dr. Fashion. Okay, she can give you all the tips and all the tea on just everything. Okay, she's a great mentor. All right, she knows the stuff. She be taught. She got YouTube on speed dial, and they be like, "What up? What up? What up?" So okay. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
We can have this another chat some more about this in private and maybe we'll bring it to the YouTube streets. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
sounds
see.
good to me.
All right now.
All right, bye.
Maya. Are y'all gonna leave me now that she's gone? We're gonna talk about this because I'm not gonna be here that much longer either. But it was just really important for me. I had a conversation with Brittany a while back, and I was just like, I definitely want to get into these other things. And I know that there's other ways to monetize. Like I knew that, but when I just didn't, I couldn't like really rectify it. So I'm glad she was able to join us and talk about all the different ways. Okay. So to go back over it, we talked about 101 consulting, which she does because she does all these things, using the different platforms. She finds her people or people find her through YouTube, through threads or anything else. And then you can set up invoices to collect money through beacons or PayPal or any other invoicing service. Okay. We talked about affiliate links. We talked about Amazon, LTK, and then also if you're trying to be an affiliate with the brand, they give you a link and you can earn commissions that way. Okay. Number three, brand deals. Brand deals is a great way to earn some money, if you can get somebody's attention, especially if there's a product you already use all the time. That's the best place. Like start with what you use in your house because that's the most authentic, right? So whatever you use to like shower, like whatever you do and use on a regular basis, I don't care what it is. It could be literally me eating these M&Ms all the whole time, which I do. And if that's always in your content, it's a great way to connect with like Eminem them. Who makes M&Ms? These are the Mexican M&Ms. So I don't know what the thing is, but it's a great way to connect with Eminem. Be like, yo, every video, M&Ms is in my videos because I love you. That's what I do. I go to bed eating M&Ms, and then they see that you're actually a fan and they want to work with you, and they see that you have this engaging audience, and it's great, right? So brand deals, you can click the link in the description. It's also in my bio, and it is a list of 40 plus platforms that you can sign up for. You don't have to sign up for all 40. But fill it around and see what you qualify for because some of them have qualifications and you can sign up and then so you can find brand deals or companies can find you, or you can do UCG, or you can do um just getting PR. People can send you things, you just make a video of it. Like there's so many different ways to get money through brand deals and collaborations. Okay. And then we went through selling your own products. So selling your own products, so you can use places like Gumroad, Wix, Kajabi, Teachable, Etsy, all these different platforms to sell whatever your product is that you make. So whether it's your digital products, whether you made a special product for your hair, like you can sell your own things. You can even do that through YouTube shopping. Okay. You can even do that through Amazon, but sell your own products, especially if that product relates to whatever your brand is, like A1. That's a really good way to do it. Um, where am I from? See, you need to stop interrupting me. And then lastly, we talk about creating a community like this right now. Like the fact that I have people on here that were here last week. Like, thank you. I love you so much. And that's why it also is a motivation for me to keep showing up on a Thursday because honestly, like life be life and it's hard to be like have a consistent schedule with certain things. And that was something I decided I was going to do no matter how tired I am. Even if I just got to be on here and be like, hey, y'all, hey. I try to bring y'all something that we can talk about that you can learn from, that you can engage with. But sometimes you just want to like be with your people. So I appreciate y'all because y'all my people, like Mr. Marcus on here. He was on here last week, you know what I'm saying? Who was here last week? I feel like Jessica was here. So we definitely have some returning people who were just like very supportive last week and y'all coming back. So keep coming back and we can just talk shit. You know what I mean? But that's what the whole creating a community thing is. So people use YouTube, they use Facebook, Instagram, and some of these platforms offer multiple ways to create your community, right? Sometimes it's just through a DM. You can do Instagram DMs, right? Or you can do a broadcast channel. With Facebook, you have groups on there that you could use where you just have a page for yourself or whatever it is you're talking about. And then people also like create community through a Patreon or a Substack. And I do have a link from my Substack, which I just started. I still have to put my content on there, but you can either like subscribe. Thank you. You can subscribe. You can even like um pledge is this thing where it's like people are like, hey, if you ever start a subscription service, then I'll pledge this amount for your subscription service or something like that. Like I don't have that right now, but in the future I may want to do that, and give you like more exclusive content of me acting like fucking ridiculous or I don't know, chaos or just like fun and being chill, like whatever. I'm gonna eat this. So creating a community. How good. These are from Mexico. So yeah, creating a community is probably one of the best things about social media, truly, because sometimes in real life it's hard to find your people. And these days, people in real life are crazy. Like, how many times have you come across a crazy person? You know what I mean? You're like, ooh, we don't click. We're not the same people. So at least when you go to these platforms, you can say, this is who I am, this is what I'm about. And other people can join that. Like this. Yeah, clearly like my crazy. So I appreciate it. Okay. So we've officially been on here for like 64 minutes, about to be 65 minutes. Okay. My man said we was gonna get some ice cream today. So I'm not gonna be on here too much longer. Let me see what you guys are talking about. Um, technically Dwight. I'm initially from Ohio. Thank you. I'm initially from Ohio. I moved out to LA like almost 12 years ago at this point. Like 13 years ago. So I've been in LA for a while. Came out here to be an actor. That didn't work out clearly. But I was like, I'm just gonna be a YouTube star. So I was like, I'll let y'all know how that goes. So I guess you technically could see how it goes. But yeah, so thanks, Dwight. That's my story in a nutshell right now. Maybe we'll talk about it, all my different trials and tribulations of living in LA. Like I got stories for days. I got tricks and hacks and all kinds of things I've done to survive out here. Um, so maybe I'll do that as a live one day, seriously, because it is not for the weak. Like living in Los Angeles, it's only gotten more expensive, more crazy, just more everything. Like we're trying to actually probably get out of Los Angeles, but it's been a journey. So thanks for asking. Um oh wait. Mr. Marcus, a big juicy hamburger with cheese dripping up the side. I'm talking about content. I'm so done with y'all. I'm so done with you, Mr. Marcus. You silly. I can't even deal with you. You need to stop. You need to show your picture. We need to know why Mr. Marcus is so nasty out here. What you trying to hide, Mr. Marcus? I think you don't want to tell me that you married. You better stop. Okay, guys. Thanks you for tuning in here. I'll try to be back next Thursday. Try to be here every Thursday at 6. Talk about something exciting. Maybe get another guest with us because I know Brittany tired of me. She's been on my lives like the last 3 weeks. Okay, she's over. She's like, I only got an hour for you today, and I was like, okay. We've been on these lives for like 3 hours at a time, not even on purpose. Like we plan for an hour and then we just be kikiing with y'all. So I'm trying to get some more guests on here so we can talk about some things. Okay, so we can enlighten y'all and then not be messy all the time. Okay. All right. So thank you for tuning in to Immediately Sierra. Next time you see me, I might be AI. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.